tell people what your game is about. Where are you good? What are you good at doing? And then where do you need to improve in order to get on the field in the college level?
I think just continue to build up my IQ of the game, and then also just continue to keep doing what I'm doing on and off the field. Keep being a great leader, motivator, and just being that guy to be there for my teammates.
What is it? Tell me about your game right now. Where is your strength?
I would just say being a guy everyone can fall back on, and being there and just being able to extend plays and make something out of nothing. And also just my IQ, being able to do some things with my brain and just be able to be one step ahead of the defenders, just knowing their tendencies.
Okay. So talk to me about U of H contacting you. When did you first hear from U of H? Who was it that contacted you, and how did that go?
So originally I had a good relationship with Coach Bell when he was at Baylor. So
Okay.
that carried on since my freshman year. And that was actually the first ever football camp I went to, because I was also big in baseball. I was a D1 baseball player before I stopped playing baseball and just fully continued football. And then I was also getting recruited by Fritz at Tulane. I went up there a couple of times. So then immediately when they moved down here, I was like, this is just home. I feel home. And then just being able to build that connection with Coach Bell, knowing him, and he came to my spring. He stayed there the whole spring game and watched, and it just went on from there.
Do they still send letters, recruiting letters anymore, or is it just all
they
digital?
send stuff in the
Good question.
Mail, but it's majority all over text.
Yeah, I'm just with the change in technology. I'm always interested in what's the new thing that's going on. What's the process of recruiting these days? Is it they reach out to you? Is it you go to them in a camp, sending out videos? Walk me through that whole process.
I mean, it's really all about relationships, to be honest. I mean, you can go to camps and get seen. You could get seen from your school during spring. Obviously, there's that time period where you can get recruited in the little recruiting areas. But I mean, really, at the end of the day, if you're good, they're going to come find you. That's something I figured out. Like, no matter what, no matter where you go, they're going to come find you. But majority how mine went, I would do workouts at my school, because as being a quarterback, they want to see you throw, obviously, in person, because that's the leader of the team. That's the leader of the guy, leader of the class. So majority of mine was me throwing in front of coaches and me going out there and proving myself. That's something I've always been about. So I think I ended up racking up around 25 offers. So all those times just going out there proving myself. And it's kind of like, I mean, I went to camps, but mine was more people coming to my school, coaches coming to my school and evaluating me there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you had relationships with Sean Bell and Willie, but they didn't offer you right when they got to Houston. It took a little bit of time. So what was the process like before they got to that offer, and what was it they needed to see?
Coach Bell, actually, he came to see me the first day of spring. And ever since he would just continuously text me ever since then and build a relationship with me since then. Coach Fritz actually is one of the only head coaches I've ever seen to come to my school and just start recruiting players there by himself. So during the December recruiting period, he showed up. He's good friends with my head coach. He came up to school, watched me work that up there. So he saw me then, and then he was like, okay, I need to tell my quarterback coach, Coach Bell, to come watch me. Coach Bell came and watched me, and then after he finished up his recruiting trail, I think he only offered like 2 other guys, but he really wanted me. He always told me that he wanted me to stay home and stay in town and play for the city. But he really always wanted to offer me in person. So after he came and watched me during spring, he didn't offer me that day, but he always said he liked what he saw. He liked me, but he always wanted to offer me back in person. So we were always trying to figure out days to set up where I could come back on campus, because obviously I was busy with school and everything and all the other stuff I had. So it took about that 2-week process for me to even get back on campus. And then the day I got back on campus, they offered me and made it a whole big day for me.
That's awesome. It's surprising you say that you don't see head coaches coming and recruiting on their own. You have got so many D1 athletes on your team. I'd be camped out. That just doesn't seem to make any sense.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of guys.
What are your thoughts on Willie Fritz? What have you seen from him that makes you want to go play for him?
I mean, that's my guy. Like that he is for the players. He is for the team. Every time I've been to practice, he runs around. I don't even know how old he is, but he can't be that young. He runs around like he's still in college. He's on his microphone. He's always there. Um, high fiving the team, doing everything. And really, just playing for him is just something super special because everything he's done with programs. And that's something I did a lot of research on whenever, like I was kind of going through my decision, and just him and how he does changes programs and everything like that was very huge to my decision.
You know, that's one thing that pisses me off about him is that I'm out there at practice for 3 hours and I'm worn out, and all I do is stand there.
Mm-hmm.
And he runs around, and he's from this end of the field to that end of the other field to the other. He's running special teams plays. He's working with the quarterback. It's exhausting watching him standing still. And I mean, he's 20 plus years older than me. So not a fan of that, but it's really cool to see. The relationship with Sean Bell, how does a quarterback become comfortable with a quarterback coach? How does he sell you on his vision?
For me personally, I think it's really based off of personality and how he grew up and hearing his story, kind of how my story was. He always emphasized a story to me that him coming out of high school, he had like he had a couple offers, but he wanted the Baylor offer. And once Baylor offered him, boom, he took it right on the spot because at that moment it was his only Power 5 offer, and he wanted to prove all the people wrong that he can do it and go start at a Power 5 or Power 4, whatever they call now, Power 4 school, and go show everyone in the world that no matter how tall you are, no matter how much you weigh, anything like that, that anybody can do it. So, and he always emphasized to me like how he loved it, how I play the chip on my shoulder, and I play with a lot of heart in my game. Like I don't just do it for myself; I do it for everybody else. So being able to connect with him on that level is just something that was very huge to me. I mean, I love the coaching, I love everything he does, the development of quarterbacks, but just being able to touch him, being able to touch me on the personal level like that is something that was very huge.
Okay. Brad?
What kind of when Coach Fritz shows up to your school, what kind of impact does that have on you as a recruit? What does that tell you about the head coach?
I mean, it just shows me how much they really want me. I mean, I was getting phone calls and texts from school every day, busy every day, talking to coaches. But when he gets in his car and drives over to my school, it shows me how important I am to that school and how much they want me there. And he really emphasizes staying in the city. I mean, I was all for it. And I know we're probably going to go into asking about getting other players too, but I told him immediately as he came to my school, I said, I know so many people around this city and state that we can make a super team. And I wasn't joking. I was like, we can make a super team. I know so many people around the area, like we can do something serious. And he was like, I'm with it. Let's go. And then ever since then, just relationships were built.
Nice.
Do you think it's the job of a quarterback recruit to recruit other guys?
Yes, and that I completely agree. That's exactly what I told him as soon as I committed. I said, "Let's go." I said, "We're gonna go get everybody." They gave me guys to get. Boom, text them. And I know most of the people in the area just from working out with them and going to certain lessons and trainings and stuff like that, and all the 7-on-7. So I have a lot of connections around the area. So just that being really huge. And that's one of the things they always emphasize to me too, that they always appreciate me for. Is just being able to go out there and know guys and get guys, and because I have a lot of good relationships with them.
That's the thing that has stood out to me about you is your enthusiasm to go recruit other guys using social media. I'm sure you're doing it one-on-one. So
Yes,
that has shown me something. What is your relationship like with the quarterbacks currently on the U of H team?
So me and Donovan, I remember the first time I went on campus, I met him, and after that we started working out together. We both train with the same quarterback trainer, JP Tillman. He goes by the QB Tech. So we instantly after that, I trusted him, and after I heard that he goes the same quarterback trainer with me, I mean, I just instantly knew that this is a guy I can connect with. And on my official visit, he was the guy who took me around and everything. So I have a really good bond with him, a relationship with him, and then obviously I've met the other guys. but I'm probably closest with Donovan, or I know Donovan most. I mean, we throw routes on air sometimes. We all go up to the indoor and we throw with the college guys, bring some of the high school guys. And throughout whenever this process was all first beginning, and I had gotten offered by them, we were up there in the Houston facility when Tank Dell used to train up there. So we would all throw with him, and then I would try to bring in some of the guys we were trying to get, and it just go from there.
Nice. It's got to be pretty cool to throw with Tank Dell, what he's done in this city. And I mean, when he came on campus, nobody really knew anything about him. And 3 years later, he's the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was the new football operations building something that was important to you? Is that something that recruits really care about?
I think for me personally, like, I just want to go. I want to go start and win a job. So whatever can get me on the field the fastest way, and whatever I can do to help my game. I mean, they had really nice facilities already, but I think the new operations center is going to help like get a lot more people and big time recruits once it's completely done. I mean, obviously, I'm not done recruiting. I'm still going. Because I'm signing early, graduating early, so I'm going up early.
Okay.
So to get as many guys as I can, I think that'll help a lot. But for me, decision wise, it was more about the family and everything they showed with the coaching staff wise.
Okay. I like to ask all current players this question, and I'll ask you, Kurt Hester, the strength and conditioning guy.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously met with him on your official visit. What was that like? What's your relationship with him?
I mean, it's just straight up respect for him. After he told me about all the guys that he's trained and all the guys he sent to the league and all the guys that he's coached that are in the league currently. I mean, as a quarterback, you want to build strength in your arm and legs using your lower body. And the ways that he said he could develop me and help me throw farther, throw harder, get velocity, all that rotational stuff. Like he has certain programs that are set up like for me quarterback wise, rather than just going up there trying to bulk up and mess up my shoulder or anything like that. Like he has certain programs that are going to help me get better as my position. So he's very good at what he does.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Very
intimidating.
Yep. He didn't know, no smiles, no laughs.
No.
But that's what you want out of a strength and conditioning coach.
True.
I hated my strength and conditioning coach for the first month, and when that was over with, he's one of my favorite coaches I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
Because he'll kill you, but it'll make you better.
True.
And Austin, you'll be at pretty much every home game, right?
Try my best, to be because I play Friday nights. Sometimes I have Saturday night games, but try to be at most.
Okay.
How's the season looking so far, or how's it going to look this year? What are your thoughts going forward on your season?
I mean, going back to y'all saying about how we have so many guys with offers and so many D1 recruits on our team. I mean, if you're asking me, we're the most balanced we've ever been. Like, if there's any year telling you like this is the year, and then how they regroup the playoff brackets and everything like that. Like, I think this is a good year. I mean, we have 2 4-star corners. We have mostly our whole defense has offers. We're older on defense this year was what we were missing a little bit of. We were very young last year. Offense, we have a lot of returners. We got some new transfers. I mean, we just played such good together as an offense, like connection-wise, and that's something I really try to emphasize is being able to be on the same page with my receivers, my O-line, running backs, being able to tell what to do in certain situations, making sure that I'm not the smartest person, even though I should be the smartest person on the offense, making sure everybody knows what I'm thinking. So we all come together. We do film. We eat dinner together. We do activities. We do bonding stuff. I just think it's going to be a special year.
Awesome.
Great.
Look forward to following it.
Yes, sir.
Austin, what do you want to study when you get to U of H?
My mom actually went there and she did the business Bowers, the Bauer Business School. So that's what I'm going to do as well.
Awesome.
That sounds great.
Nice to have a plan before you step in.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
How often are you coming to U of H? I know that you're practicing, you play on the 30th, but are you still making trips to the campus?
Of course, yeah. During their the recruiting period just kind of died down.
Right.
So whenever it was still open, I mean, I was up there at practice watching as many days as I could. because obviously it's still the recruiting process. So I'm trying to still evaluate the coaches and everything as much as possible to see how they coach. And because before I committed, I never really got to watch how they coached and everything like that. I wasn't able to go up to any spring practices because of how busy I was. So being able to go through this fall camp and everything, watching them kind of go through practice a little bit before it closed was huge, because just getting to see the way that we were talking about how Coach Fritz runs around practice and the way Coach Bell treats the quarterbacks and all the drills he does is really amazing.
I think it's pretty cool that you're able to get that much insight, to be fully prepared and knowing exactly what you're getting into.
Yes,
I like
sir.
that. I like that.
Awesome. Well, Austin, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Austin's a
Yes,
little
sir.
under the weather, still playing through it. That's what you want to see from your quarterback of the future. Austin
Right.
Carlisle will be watching. We appreciate you so much for joining
Yes,
us, man.
sir. Sounds
Good
good.
luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a pretty good start.
That's right.
That was a
Firing
pretty
on
good
all
start.
cylinders.